Alright everyone, so in this video we are going to focus upon Anaconda. Anaconda is nothing but a Python distribution for specifically for any kind of Python application. People do get used to with this Python distribution instead of focusing upon a plain Python installation. And specifically I just want to show you in this video some of the specific command related to Anaconda, especially a Conda command utility which is specifically for data scientist people. Alright, so first of all, Anaconda should be installed in your machine. So if it is not installed, there are two ways you can install the Anaconda. Let me just show you. So you can go to Anaconda website, Anaconda Python. So here you will be able to download for all three major operating systems like Windows, Linux or Mac. Let me go to product, individual edition, and from here you can download it. Now Anaconda comes with two kinds of flavors. So one is for the full-fledged Anaconda installation and another one is a mini Conda installation. So mini Conda is you can consider as a lightweight version of Anaconda. So there only Anaconda and some Conda related utility only gets installed. Whereas in case of Anaconda, you will get thousands of different Python packages also. So if you want to install those lightweight version, you can always go ahead with a mini Conda. Now in case of mini Conda, you won't be able to get all those benefits of thousands of package, but that is not an issue. Later on, as per your requirement, you can always download it and install it in your local machine. Alright, so these are the ways you can go ahead for the download. Now in my machine it is already installed, so I am just going to go into command line prompt of Windows machine. If you are using the Linux or a Mac machine, you can always go to your terminal. Alright, so let me open from command line prompt, and first of all let me just fire the Conda command. And before that let me just minimize all the windows. Conda has been installed. It is giving me the suggestion that Conda has been installed. Now sometimes in your case Conda utility will not work, like Windows will immediately throws error like Conda is not recognized internal commands. So what you can do, that is the main problem majority of people face. I observed that in that case you can just simply put the path of this Conda utility where you install this Anaconda into a path variable and Windows will be automatically able to recognize it. Alright, so that is about the Conda. Now Conda is installed in my machine. I just want to know, let's say the Conda version. Oops, it has to be I think hyphen. Yeah, so Conda 4.8.2. So the very first thing why we require a Conda. Does data scientists just cannot work without Conda? No, that is not a case. Conda is not any particular data science package. Conda is used for managing your projects. Conda is used for managing the dependency in your project, managing the virtual environment. So the first ever thing which I want to show you in this video is a virtual environment, which just segregate or separate out your current work environment with another virtual environment where you are going to work with all those data science related projects. And for that there is a common concepts are available in a Python like a virtual environment. Now not necessary that this virtual environment you can create just with a Condas, but you can always do with other utilities available in a Python like a pipenv, or you can use like a venv, or you can use the Docker virtual env. But then Condas also provides such a kind of utility to create your virtual environment. So first of all, after installation of Conda, let's just verify what are the virtual environments are available in our machine. So it will be a Conda env list. So it will list down all those virtual environment available on my machine. So you can see I have a 3 virtual environment because this 2 virtual environment I have created for my own purpose, and there will be a one by default virtual environments are available after installation of Anaconda, that is nothing but a base virtual environment, and that is also by default I guess activated. If you want to, let's say, activate this environment, but we are not going to go into detail about the activation as of now. First we'll create those virtual environment, and after that we'll see how to activate those environment. Alright, so the very first thing how you can create the virtual environment. So the first thing is you can use like a Conda create hyphen name, or you can simply give like a hyphen name, I guess, and provide the name with which you want to create the virtual environment. So let's say I'm just giving the name like a Conda _env _test. So Conda environment testing we are doing. Now apart from that, there are number of things you can provide it. Like inside this virtual environment, what kind of prep package you want to install it, or I would say with which Python version you want to create this environment, because there has to be some Python version has to be attached. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Alright, so what we are gonna do, we are just gonna continue with this one, and it will create this Conda environment in our local machine. Just proceed with Y, and you can see the new Conda environment got created. If I just execute this command Conda env list again, you'll be able to list down. There will be one more command, or I would say environment got created. Now to activate this one, you can see after creation they have immediately given us some notes like how you can activate it. So that's a very simple and straightforward process, like Conda space activate space your environment name. So I'm just going to copy and paste it, and now you will be able to see the difference that earlier the command line prompt used to start with my path. Now it is starting with my virtual environment name, and after virtual environment all those path got started. That means you are under the sandbox of this particular virtual environment. Let me just clear some screen so you'll be able to see better. Alright, now as we are inside the virtual environment Conda _env _test, next thing what we can do, all those dependent library which you require for your project, specifically inside this environment you can always use it. So let's say I want to install, I'll just giving you name like a pip install numpy. So pip will automatically install inside this Conda env test environment. It will not install at a global level inside as a Anaconda distribution. So if I just do it, it will download this and numpy package and install it. So now you can see it is saying that the requirements are already satisfied, because while creation there are some package already by default bundled with that. And other way also you can always install it. So it will be a Conda install numpy. So it will gather all those package. Now when you do the Conda, there are a lot of other dependent package also it will try to install it. So let me just press Y and proceed ahead. So it will download this numpy base package, and apart from numpy there are other packages also, they will download it and install it. Oops. Yeah, so downloading is still going on. So till the time download will finish, I am just fast forwarding my video. So you can see it just downloaded all those packaging, and installation also successfully done. That means this package, I guess numpy has been installed. Along with that, it has installed this Python 3.8.5 also. Now if you just try to run this Python from here, you will be able to see now we are inside the Python 3.8.5. Let me just come out from here, and you are under the sandbox of this virtual environment. Suppose you want to deactivate this environment, you can just simply use Conda deactivate. Now while deactivate, you do not need to worry about giving any environment name, because by default in which particular environment you are in, you will be come out from there. Alright, so that is about how to create a virtual environment. And suppose now you want to clone this virtual environment. So you have already one virtual environment, but you don't want to disturb those virtual environment, and let's say you want to create a new virtual environment. So in that case, what you can do, you can just simply use like a clone function. So let's say I'm just going to create, let me go to this particular command, Conda create name, and it is just going to create my new virtual environment. So instead of that, here I can give the name like a, let's say my clone, let's say my clone env. So exactly all those dependency and everything has been situated on our original environment that will be completely copied and duplicate environment will be created. And another argument you need to supply like a hyphen clone, and with which environment you want to create a clone. So that will be a conda underscore env underscore test. So let me just copy it and paste it here. So now in this case, the new environment with the name my underscore clone underscore env will get created. Let me just put conda env list. And now you will be able to see there will be one more environment got created, my underscore clone underscore env. And this environment is exactly same as earlier one. If you want to activate this environment, you can just simply use Conda Activate. Alright, now inside this you can fire all those commands just like what we did earlier, like installation of package. You can even uninstall some package. If you want to list down some package which are the part of this particular environment, you can see these are all package got installed while we install earlier case. Alright, so this is about the creation of environment, managing environment. Suppose you want to remove this environment. You are not interested to work with this environment. You are anyhow moving towards another environment. So what you can do, there will be a commands like how to remove it. So what we can do, first of all, you need to deactivate this environment. So it will be a conda deactivate. Apart from that, let me just put conda, and instead of now create, if I just execute it, you will be able to see all those suggestions. So it will be a, so there is a great help documentation is available, so you do not need to worry about it. Yeah, so we have, I guess, remove command will work. So what we can do, oops, conda env, then we have a remove. So it will be a remove hyphen let's say name and which particular environment you want to remove it. So in our case it will be a conda env underscore test. So you can see remove all package inside this environment. If I just execute conda, oops, it's not a list, it's a conda env list I just want to do, and now you will be able to see this environment just doesn't exist. If I just try to do it again, let's say conda env remove, and now I want to remove this clone environment. So it will be a my underscore clone underscore env. Now suppose these are about the creation of virtual environment and managing virtual environment plus removing virtual environment. Now, but suppose if you do not want to use this virtual environment and without using those virtual environment at a global scale on an Anaconda level, if you want to install something, simply just type conda install some library name, let's say numpy. That's so simple. Or you can even go with the pip also. But when you go for the pip, if you have some other installation of I guess pip or a Python is available, in that case it will be installed there. So that is always better and a good practice to use the virtual environment, and as a part of virtual environment only you do all those stuff. Proceed with Y and all those dependent package wherever it thinks that it has to be matched and it has to be consistent with what you want to install the next, it will download and install it. So Pandas, oops, it's not a Pandas, a Conda. Conda is very good in managing all those dependency, and it has to be very much consistent with different packages, so you won't get any trouble for managing all those dependency. Now at this level, if I just try to do, let's say conda list, so inside the Anaconda all those package already available, not in a part of this sandbox of our virtual environment, but at a global level in Anaconda what are the packages are available. Apart from that, what you can do with condas are like I guess you can do like a search also. So let's say some particular package, if you want to search it, so you can use like conda search. Let's say I just don't want, I don't know the name of the package, so I just know that it just started with num. So all those packages name which starts with the num, it will list down here. So it is just started searching on some of the common channels available, and you can see all those packages having a name num. So there are lots of, I guess, lots of, yeah, Yeah, so let's just try with something else. What we can do, we have a nice help command. Yeah, if you want to, let's say, update some Conda package, so you can always use it. So in our case, let's say Conda update. Let's say I have a numpy package and I want to update it. So based on the kind of version it will support, it will download and install this latest version of this numpy package and install it on our local machine. Now, not necessary that you can always download and install all those third-party packages, but you can always even update Conda or Anaconda itself. So now it is giving me the suggestion that these are the change will happen, and I guess I don't want to do any kind of change. I just want to show you that how it works. Next thing is as I told, not just you can install or update the third-party package, but you can always go ahead with Conda update Conda. So Conda itself update himself. So something like a Conda utility we are using to update the Conda itself. So that's one of the best thing. Now apart from that, I guess, yeah, so it will take a little time and I just don't want to continue with that. I guess they are saying, yeah, so I'm just discarding it. I don't want to download all those packages. I don't want to update my Conda. That's perfectly okay. Now in that particular case, if you just want to disable it, you have to keep pressing this Control C, and I guess it just got hang up in my case. Oops. Alright, so that is about some of the Condas command. Let's see what other things we can do. I'm just going to open my new command line prompt. Let's just make it as it is. So it will be a Conda, and what other things we have? Yeah, Conda info is there. So suppose some Conda related stuff where you have already installed. If you want to know, you can use the Conda info. Alright, so in my case, it's got installed at this particular location. What is the version of Conda? And with this Conda version, what are the versions of Python got installed? The platform on which we have installed. Where are our all environments directory? So this is the place all those virtual environment got created. These are some of the channel URLs. So from this particular URL, it will fetch all those dependency and just match up with what version of those particular third-party package it just needs to install. Alright, is there any other thing what we can do? So we use search and we use the remove packages. Yeah, configuration. So if you want to modify some configuration, you can do it. If you want to compare the packages between the Conda environment, you can always do it. Alright, so I guess that's all sufficient to get started with the Condas, and you can always take a help from this help, I would say particular third-party package help or some particular command help. You can always use it with this help argument. Alright, so that is all about the Conda utility, that as a data scientist how you can get started with this Conda utility. And that's all about this video. See you into the next video with some cool stuff related to Python, data science and machine learning. So till that time, please leave a comment if you do not get anything, if something is not working in your Conda installation or anything in a Conda command. I'll be there to help you. Like my video and subscribe my channel.